This video is intended for the purpose of letting people know I just got through watching the Harriet Tubman movie, and I can't even lie, it had me in tears. And it made me think about us as a people. We feel that we are free, but we still have a slave mentality. We still have a slave mind. We're so envious of each other, and if one get ahead, we talk down on him. And we act as if we just mistreat each other. We don't treat each other according to the way God should say we should be treating each other. We should be loving each other. And we should be congratulating that brother because he advanced and he's in a better place. And we should be praying for him and that he stay in that place. And also be praying that when our time comes that we do the same and that somebody else will do the same for us. But, you know, me as a person, I can speak because in the past I was one of those people who lived the wrong way, who chased everything but the right thing. But to God be the glory that he brought me out of those storms. He helped me to become a better man. I can't say that I'm just completely the best, but I know one thing for sure. My walk is for God now. And for God I live and for God I die. And I just pray that so many people just pay attention to the things of the world. We as a people need to be loving each other and not trying to destroy each other. And I sat there, I watched a little young guy, the little young rapper, he said he don't want to be a part of the hip-hop industry anymore. He said he just do it to feed his family. And young man, I respect your truth. And, you know, he said it's not right, it's of the devil, because like they say, the devil give blessings as well. But the blessing from God is knowing him and knowing that he can do all things and all things are possible through him. And knowing that he'll make a way for us when it's not a way to be made. He'll save us from the storms of life. He'll save us from things that he don't want us to be a part of. He'll take us from out amongst those things. But all we have to do is just trust in God and come together as a people and have a oneness with God and love each other. Love, L-O-V-E, that's the easiest thing to do, love. I ain't talking about the type of love where you love your brother, your mama, your sister, your girlfriend, none of that. I'm talking about the type of love where you love everyone, where you have the type of love where you're willing to pray for everybody, and not just your family, but pray for each and every person. We need to start praying a little bit more for each other and lifting each other up instead of down-talking each other. We need to be lifting each other up and trying to help each other when we're down. Look at the people that are homeless in this world and in this society, in this world as a whole. And so many people don't have nowhere to lay their head. And so many people that don't have anything to eat. And we're fortunate. Lord, I know one thing I can say, I don't have it all, Lord, but I feel like I'm rich beyond imagination because I have you, God. And you have been watching over me and watching over my household. And I say this with so much passion because I know the storm of life. And my eyes, you know, they're getting a little watery or whatever. And it's an emotional time for us as a people. For things have come to cause division with us as a people. Those things must have to come to pass because it was spoken in the Bible. The division had to come. But let's come together, people. Let's join together and be united as a united front and just stand as a people that love each other and share and love God above all things in this world, because the things that we have, they're going to perish. They die. They go away. We lose them. Money, cars, we lose all these things. But God's love never fades away. I was told a joke one time before a man told his wife, when I die, I want you to bury all my money with me. And he passed away. And at the funeral, the daughter came to her mom and said, Mom, I thought Daddy said to bury him with all his money. She said, I did. I wrote a check. The moral of that story, that check, ain't no way possible that check can be cashed, but she did honor his wish. She put all his money in his casket with him. But people, we all know we never seen a hearse dragging a U-Haul to a funeral or to a grave. You never seen none of that happen. Because the things that we gather in the world, we're not taking with us. The only thing we taking out of this world is us and our bodies. And our bodies are going to be planted back in the ground. So we're taking nothing out of this world. But let's have our hearts and our spirits right with God. Let's have let our spirits and our heart be right with God. Stop chasing after the simplest things, a chicken sandwich or different stuff like that, and chase after God. Pick up your word and study your word and study and show yourself approved and call on God instead of the things of the world. Because those things not everlasting. Those things are for the moment. You don't want stuff for the moment. You want long time stuff. God is forever. God is never ending. God is all the love that we truly need. And we need to learn how to love each other the same way that God loved us, because he gave his only begotten son for us. So people, be enlightened by the things that we see. Even in slavery, we had white people that were helping, that was aiding with black people to escape. They were showing unity then. Of course, you're going to have those that hate. But in the end, hate will not prevail over God. Hate cannot prevail over God because God is almighty. He's the Alpha and Omega. None of it can prevail over him. Nothing can change nothing can stop who he is and what he's been to us in our lives. I don't have a lot, but I'm rich beyond imagination. I have God. And I thank God for loving us the way he did. And I thank him for loving me the way he did. Because I was a lost soul. So I'm asking you, brothers and sisters, don't lose your soul trying to chase out the things of the world. If you lose your soul to God and run for him. Take up the cross and walk and be the people of God that we can be, loving each other and not hating each other. To God be the glory. To God be the glory.